Good morning, students. In the previous class, we had learnt that used water comes into contact with various contaminants and gets converted into unusable wastewater. Liquid waste, which contains water along with dissolved and suspended impurities, is called sewage. Also, we can see that we can convert a small amount of non-usable wastewater into usable clear water by some processes. But to deal with large amount of sewage, there are large plants where wastewater is cleaned before being sent to the nearest water bodies or being reused. And these large plants are called wastewater treatment plant. The sewage treatment in wastewater treatment plant involves physical, chemical and biological processes which remove the impurities that contaminate the wastewater. Let us discuss these processes. The first step in wastewater treatment is filtration. In this process, the wastewater is passed through bar screens. Large objects like rags, sticks, plastic bags, cans, plastic packets, napkins, etc. are removed in this process. The second step is grit and sand removal. In this step, the wastewater is slowly passed through sedimentation tank. Grit, sand and pebbles settle down at the bottom. The third step is sedimentation. In this step, water is sent to a tank where solids like faces settle at the bottom. Floatable impurities like oil and grease float on the surface. A scraper removes the faces from the water. The impurity thus collected is called sludge, which is sent to the sludge tank. The sludge can be used to produce biogas or to produce manure. A skimmer removes the floatable impurities and now the water is called clarified water. The fourth step is aeration. In this step, air is pumped into clarified water so that bacteria can proliferate. Bacteria consume the human waste, food waste, soap and other unwanted materials still remaining in the water. The microbes settle down after several hours and then the water is removed from the top. This water can be used for irrigation. The fifth step is chlorination. Water purified through aeration is not fit for human use or consumption. It has a very low level of organic material and suspended matter. It needs to be treated with chlorine and ozone. For this, bleaching powder is added to the water. The chlorine kills whatever germs may be left in the water and after chlorination, the water is fit for drinking. Waste generation is a natural part of human activity, but we can limit, minimize or eliminate the type of waste and the quantity of waste or pollutants at their source for a healthy life in the following ways. First, cooking oil and fats should not be thrown down the drain. They can harden and block the pipes. In an open drain, the fats clog the soil pores, reducing its effectiveness in filtering water. So, we should throw oil and fats in the dustbin. Number 2. Chemicals like paints, solvents, insecticides, motor oil, medicines may kill microbes that help purify water. So, we should not throw them down the drain. Used tea leaves, solid food remains, soft toys, cotton, sanitary towels, etc. should also be thrown in the dustbin. These wastes choke the drains. They do not allow free flow of oxygen. This hampers the degradation process. Poor sanitation and contaminated drinking water is the cause of a large number of diseases. Let us look at our own country. a vast number of people are still without sewerage facilities and defecate in the open, on dry river beds, on railway tracks, near fields, and many a time directly in water. Untreated human excreta is a health hazard. It may cause water pollution and soil pollution. Both the surface water and the groundwater get polluted. And in our country, groundwater is the source of water for wells, tube wells, springs, and many rivers. Thus, it becomes the most common route for waterborne diseases. They include cholera, typhoid, polio, meningitis, hepatitis, and dysentery. To improve sanitation, the government is encouraging low-cost on-site sewage disposal system like septic tanks, chemical toilets, composting pits in place of no sewerage systems at all public places. Some organizations offer hygienic on-site human waste disposal technology. These toilets do not require scavenging. Excreta from the toilet seats flow through covered drains into a biogas plant. The biogas produced is used as a source of energy. Also, we can contribute in maintaining sanitation at public places. We must try to reduce amount of wastewater and keep our environment pollution free. Otherwise, epidemic could break out. We must realize our responsibility in maintaining the water sources in a healthy state. This has to be done because clean water that is fit for use is unfortunately not available to all. It has been reported that more than 1 billion of our fellow human beings have no access to self-drinking water. Women and girls walk for several kilometers to collect clean water. The increasing scarcity of fresh water is due to many factors like population growth, pollution, industrial development, mismanagement, and various other factors. Realizing this urgency, on the World Water Day on 22nd March 2005, the General Assembly of United Nations proclaimed the period of 2005 to 2015 as the International Decade for Action on Water for Life. The government is working in a direction to make the situations better. It has laid down certain standards of sanitation, but unfortunately they are not strictly enforced. For this, we also have a role to play in keeping our environment clean and healthy. Adopting good sanitation practices, disposal of wastes in proper place, minimizing wastage of clean water, and creating awareness among people should be our way of life. As an agent of change, our individual initiative will make a great difference. A lot can be done if we work together. So students, let us now summarize all that we learned today. Wastewater is treated in a sewage treatment plant. Treatment plants reduce pollutants in wastewater to a level where nature can take care of it. Where undergo systems and refuse disposal systems are not available, the low-cost on-site sanitation system can be adopted. Byproducts of wastewater treatment are sludge and biogas. Open drain system is a breeding place for flies, mosquitoes, and organisms which cause diseases. And lastly, we should never defecate in the open. It is possible to have safe disposal of excreta by low-cost methods. So students, this is all for today. Thank you.